If you are building your YouTube personal brand, I commend you, because when I started 3 years ago trying to be the next Ali Abdaal, it didn't exactly go to plan. I was posting random videos for around 18 months and it took me a while to really get into my groove. And then I started posting consistently and getting consistently great videos when I found my niche. And since then, I've turned YouTube into almost 40,000 subscribers, into a software business I've got equity in, and it's enabled me to have time, location, and financial freedom. But if I had to start all over again, this is exactly what I would do. This is how to grow a personal brand so fast, it feels illegal. So, number one, don't go viral for the sake of going viral. This is one of the biggest mistakes I made. And when I started 2 years ago and I found I had my first few viral videos, I really started to think, oh my days, I've made it with YouTube. I understand the algorithm. Don't go viral for the sake of going viral. You will notice I'm posting this video on this channel, Deniz Sancar Business. This is not on my main YouTube channel, and that's for a reason. This YouTube channel is not for going viral. This YouTube channel is to attract entrepreneurs that want to build a personal or business brand on YouTube. That is my only ICP. I have no interest in getting hundreds of thousands of views on this channel. On my main channel, I just tried to maximize as many views as possible. My thumbnails were clickbaity, the titles were clickbaity. I just tried to get as many people as possible watching my content. And there's nothing wrong with that. However, if I had to start all over again, what I would do is I would be very intentional with who I target. You see, when it comes to going viral, these two things have to happen before then. Number one, the video has to be about your niche. If makeup tutorials are going viral, don't post about it unless you are in the makeup tutorials niche. Part two, packaging needs to target your ICP. So these two things need to happen before you even think about going viral. And only once you've done that, can you then aim to go viral with your content. Because the worst possible thing you can do is go viral in your wrong ICP. That is the worst possible thing on YouTube. Just like if you're trying to do meta ads, Google ads, etc., you target a specific demographic. On YouTube, when you create content, you're creating content with a purpose, especially if you're building a personal brand. Whether that purpose is just to get views, fine, and go viral. But for most people, it's to target prospects for your offer, whether it's coaching, agency, etc., bringing people to your software business, whatever it may be. There's an intention behind creating content. So we need to make sure the video you create is around that niche, around that industry. It also targets your ideal customer profile. If your ICP is males that are 30 years old, don't make a video that's going to attract females that are 18. It makes no sense. So your packaging needs to target your ICP. And we'll talk about all of this in this video. So don't worry if it sounds a little bit confusing right now. And then you can try and go viral once you've done all of that first. So let's look at this video, for example, from Andy Starring, who's a big e-com YouTuber. How to start an e-commerce business in 2025 free course. Can you see how that's around the e-commerce niche? Because how to start an e-commerce business is around e-commerce. It targets his ICP, how to start, so it's for beginners. Plus, it's got good viral potential. So that ticks all three boxes. It's around e-commerce, it's targeted at beginners, and it's got high viral potential because it's a free course. And you can see, link in his bio, work one-on-one with me to launch your e-com brand. Can you see how his offer ties directly to the video? How to start an e-commerce business in 2025. His offer, work one-to-one with him to launch your e-com brand. It is work one-to-one if you're interested in e-commerce, which is verified in the title, and looking to launch your brand, which is verified with how to start. So can you see how that all ties together? That is coming up with a video idea that's within your niche, targets your ICP, and to do with your offer, then you're trying to go viral. So nail the first two first, then worry about virality. So once you've done that, that's all good to go. Then you want to look at the video idea. So the video idea is the most important. Mr. Beast said this, and it could not be more true, having posted thousands of videos myself on YouTube. Having a 10% better video idea doesn't lead to 10% more views. It leads to 10 times more views. Just increasing your video idea and its potential will give you so much more potential that it is the number one thing you should focus on above anything else. When it comes to YouTube, spend the vast majority of your time on video ideas. When I work with clients, because I do work one-on-one with clients, whether it's businesses or entrepreneurs, the reason they bring me in above anything, yes, scripting, yes, video editing, etc. Of course, that's important, but they bring me in for my YouTube strategy and ideas. They understand that when it comes to YouTube, the idea is king. Content is king. If you have a very, very good idea, there's a good chance that video will go viral. So I'm going to give you some free ones on the house. So starting a X from scratch. So starting an e-commerce business from scratch, starting a TikTok account from scratch, starting a trading account from scratch. Those videos tend to do well. $0 to $10,000 with X in Y days, aka $0 to $10,000 with TikTok in 7 days, $0 to $10,000 with AI automation in 15 days, something like that. I tried X for Y days and made Z. I tried e-commerce for 7 days and made $10,000. Good video title idea. If I had to learn X again, I do. If I had to learn coding again, I do this. Beginner's guide to dropshipping, beginner's guide to TikTok, beginner's guide to YouTube automation. So these 5 ideas are one I would start doing straight away if you're watching this video. They are proven concepts to work in adjacent niches. All you need to do is replace the X and Y and Z with your particular niche, ICP, etc. And in case you are wanting one-on-one support with this, let's say the video makes sense, you understand that YouTube is important, well I hope so given you clicked on this video, but you have no idea really where to start, you want personalized support, check out the first link in the description. It gives a breakdown of who I can help, and then you can book in a completely free strategy call with myself where we can provide a plan of action for your content. And yes, this is coming from someone that's actually built a personal brand himself, generated money with it, to have time, location, and financial freedom with my YouTube personal brand. And don't just take it from me. I've got client testimonials on there as well from entrepreneurs and big businesses. So once you've got your idea, the next most important thing is packaging your title and your thumbnail. Why is this important? Well, let me say this to you, and you may have considered this, you may never have considered this, but once I've said this to you, you will never forget this piece of information. Unlike Instagram and TikTok, where users are shown your videos first and then they choose to swipe off or watch it, on YouTube, you have to actively opt into clicking and watching a video. Now, this is very, very important, so I'm going to repeat it one more time. When a video shows up on Instagram or TikTok, you don't have a choice. You are shown that video. Your choice then is to opt out of it. You then decide to swipe off the video. It is automatically opting into watching content whenever you swipe on TikTok. You have no idea what you're shown next. You are shown it, then you choose to go off of it. As opposed to YouTube, where you have to opt into watching a piece of content. Videos are shown in a sense of the title and the thumbnail. You actively choose to click and watch the video. And this subtle nuance is very important because otherwise, when it comes to TikTok and Instagram, your focus is on the hook, the first 5 seconds, the first 10 seconds. That's all you care about. The video is most important. On YouTube, packaging is important because if your title and thumbnail does not entice your ICP, if it doesn't get them to click on the video, you're doomed from the very start. So you've got to make sure your title and thumbnail in particular is perfectly catered towards the ICP you're targeting and is going to give them curiosity to click on the video. So one website I'd recommend using is this one right here, because what you can do is you can upload your thumbnail, then it shows you how it would look amongst other videos on YouTube. So you can also type in your video title if you want. So when you click preview and feed, it will show all the videos, the thumbnails, etc. And you can decipher, okay, cool, my thumbnail does stand out, it doesn't stand out, etc. It's a really cool way of just understanding how well your video is performing amongst others. So if you look at Mr. Beast one, for examples, very big faces, very obvious. You can then you see your thumbnail against it and you can judge really, would you click on it or would you not click on it? Okay, next. So I'm going to actually link this tweet that I posted a few days ago from my X account. Feel free to follow, by the way, shameless plug, because it perfectly summarizes everything I'm going to say so far in this video and one biggest point when it comes to YouTube. YouTubers who want to maximize views go as wide as possible, target as many people as possible, maximize broad appeal. However, for making money with YouTube, depth beats breadth. Narrow your ICP, be unapologetic about who you target, aka ecom brands making at least $30,000 per month, but go so deep on that topic that every viewer in that ICP feels like you understand their problem deeper than they realize themselves. That's how you resonate and that's how you get sales. That's how you turn YouTube into your #1 traffic source. At the very top of this video, I said, don't worry about going viral. That shouldn't be your main prerogative when it comes to YouTube if you're trying to build a profitable personal brand. And this tweet summarizes that. So many people try and go as wide as possible and target every single person under the sun. But if you want to get sales, if you want to build an audience that trusts you and wants to buy from you, depth is going to beat breadth. Don't worry about targeting everyone, but the few people you target within your ICP, go as deep as possible. Make that video so it's as if you're speaking directly to them. Let me give you an example away from YouTube. Let's talk about a tutoring company, for example. What would resonate more from you? What would resonate more with you, sorry? I will help you get better grades in maths, right? That targets anyone really. Or I will help you go from a C grade to an A grade in maths in the next 3 months. Can you see how if you've got a C grade and you see that message, that is far more appealing than just, I will help you get better grades in math. If you see a C grade to an A grade in 3 months, it is I am at a C grade right now. I want to get to an A grade in the next 3 months. That would be amazing. So targeted messaging doesn't necessarily appeal to everyone, but that's okay because the few people it appeals to them on a deeper level. And that's far more important. So always look at how can I go deep with my ICP? How can I only target them, but make them feel like I understand every single problem they've got? So my total addressable market within that ICP looks at me as the number one authority and the number one option to partner and work with. So let's look at it from this scheme, right? When you look at YouTubers, and this is a big mistake a lot of my clients make when I start working with them, they look at YouTube and it's so daunting for them. It's like, oh my God, how can I be a number one YouTuber when Mr. Beast has got 440 million? Mark Rober's got tens of millions of subscribers. You're not trying to beat these people. Then if you go deeper, make money online. Iman Gadzhi, hundreds of thousands of views per video, millions of subscribers. Same with Alex Hormozy. You're not trying to beat these two people either right now. Then let's say you're on e-commerce, make money with e-com. AC Hampton, Andy Starrings I showed earlier. These people have got hundreds of thousands of subscribers. Maybe it's not time to beat them either. What about beginners doing branded e-com? Yeah, that's a good one. Let's go a step further. Let's be the number one person for using paid ads to go from $0 to $20,000 per month with branded e-commerce. That's going to be your niche you go for, and you're going to target that. So when it comes to YouTube at the start, knock down sub niches first. Don't try and be the number one YouTuber. Don't try and be the number one make money online YouTuber. Try and be the number one YouTuber for paid ads to take your e-commerce store from $0 to $20,000 per month. Once you've cracked that niche, once you feel like you've really exhausted that market, then jump up to beginners doing branded e-com. Then jump up to be the number one in the make money in the e-commerce space. Really start and narrow down your ICP first, crack that market, then expand. That's the best possible thing you can do. And that's far more appealing. And actually, to be honest, it seems like a much more manageable task. When I speak to clients and prospects, they're always like, oh, but YouTube sounds great, but it just seems too stressful and I don't think I can become big enough. I've started too late. Well, yeah, if you want to become like Mr. Beast, of course it's stressful, but we don't need to be Mr. Beast. You can make $100,000 per month just being the number one in your space for branded e-commerce. If you're the number one person for beginners trying to get their first $20,000 with branded e-commerce and you're the number one option for that, you can make $100,000 per month. And does that sound manageable? Yeah, it does actually. Great, let's go for that aim then. And then after, when we get to that goal, when you're hitting 100,000 subscribers, you may think, you know what? This is cool, but I want to take that next step. Okay, let's try and be the number one person in the whole e-commerce space. Once we do that, why not try and become make money online? Like Iman Gadzhi, for example, started with SMMA. That was all he talked about on his YouTube channel, amongst a few vlogs as well. Then he started to really broaden out into make money online. Now he does digital products. He does all sorts. But it all started with SMMA, then branching out. So if we look at this YouTuber, for example, Andrew Yu, I believe his name is, look at his content. So bearing in mind a few videos like this, which I get it, he's trying to broaden his content out, try different things, but look at his core content. $0 to $10,000 per day, Facebook ads. $0 to $10,000 a day with fake AI brand. $0 to $1,000 a day, drop shipping. Speedrun and vibe code the Shopify store in 18 minutes. Can you see how these videos that get 36,000 views, 45,000 views, this one right here, cloned a branded dropshipping store and now make 14,000 a day, 49,000 views. All this content is getting loads of views. It's outlier videos, but it's all around the same sort of ICP. Ad strategy for dropshipping. He's trying to be the number one person in the space for people looking to run meta ads and make money with Shopify dropshipping. And he's becoming that sort of person and he's getting great views for that and converting amazingly for his offer. So when it comes to YouTube, you don't need to try and target everyone. Now he's dropping these videos in there. I get it. Try and be a top of funnel, have some lifestyle content, but this is where he's really getting his conversions. These 3 videos right here, where it is that $0 to $10,000, cloning dropshipping stores. That's what works really well. Give a tangible goal and showcase how you're getting there step by step. So if you look at my channel, for example, my Deniz Sancar channel, the videos that do really well for me, YouTube shorts get under 2,000 views. Do this. 7 reasons YouTube algorithm ignores you. Easiest way to sell digital products, how to actually make money clipping with what. You see, when all these opportunities come, you've got to take advantage of them. And most importantly, you've got to milk them. When you find a concept that works, keep doing it, double down. When you found your niche, when you found your target market and they're starting to resonate with your content, it's your cue to really start exploiting it in a positive way. It's clearly working. So post, 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 post. When something works, don't just sit on your hands waiting for it to stop working. Take advantage and keep posting about it, because clearly you found a message that works. And if we spoke before about targeting your ICP and your niche first, then anytime you go viral will be a positive thing anyway. The only time going viral isn't positive is when it's got nothing to do with your ICP or your niche. And that's why I always recommend targeting your ICP and niche first, then trying to go viral. Because if you go viral within your ICP, within your niche, that is the best possible thing, because then you just exploit that angle and you run it into the ground and you'll make so much money, convert so much, because the hundreds of thousands of views you will accumulate. Another thing, right? Algorithms change on YouTube. So the biggest thing, you've got to own your audience. And that means start a free community if you want to, start a mailing list, plug your other social medias. If YouTube is working for you, don't just host everything on YouTube. Have communities, have mailing lists, have other ways people can get in contact with you, collect their information so you can reach out to them in the future, etc. Don't just be a one-trick pony that dominates one social media. YouTube is the absolute best for conversions, but it's also best for the converting into other platforms, into mailing lists, into communities, etc. Own your audience by having their details so you can contact them, and have your audience not just on one social media platform, because then you are susceptible to algorithm changes, etc. So if you found this video interesting, make sure you subscribe down below. And as I said before, if you are a entrepreneur, business owner looking to build a YouTube personal or business brand, you can click the first link in the description or in the pinned comment. I do both done for you services and done with you services to provide a plan of action to help you grow your YouTube personal brand and get views, but more importantly than that, get sales for your business. And it's completely targeted and specialized for your particular business and brand that you offer. So yeah, first link in the description for that. You can also check out a video right beside me as I break down exactly how I was able to make over $100,000 in the first 4 months running my own software company with the offer directly through YouTube. Check out right beside me, because I guarantee you'll learn a thing or two. See you there.